So how did I get the name ProTim? My man on the block named Malik used to call me Professor. And Andre Abrams, same thing. Like, oh, little nerdy dude, Professor. They used to call me Professor. You know, I always, you know, claim to be a little smarter than everybody else. But, you know, I ain't no smarter than nobody else. But either way, so that's how I had that title, Professor. So when I started to get the camera flow, I said, yeah, I like that. Pro. I dropped the Professor part and put Pro. I just tied it. And, you know, my family named Tim. Family called me Tim, ProTimPhoto. And in the early days, that's when Naughty by Nature was hot. Queen Latifah was getting big. Hip-hop was in Jersey was making noise, so I had a little title on it. I said ProTim, New Jersey's top hip-hop photographer. And what I meant by that is, you know, I was from the hood. Everybody around me hustled. I hustle. Everybody, we was living it for real. You know, I took pictures from the projects to the prom. And then what happened, for me going back and forth to New York, my man Malik and Fizz, they started hanging out. They were promoters, young promoters then. They started hanging out with Puff, going to Puff's parties. From my hometown, a group called Total. You know, the whole town was feeling that buzz. So I started to go backstage, or with them, we get into parties, and I always bring my camera. So that's how I got that backstage footage. Early groups like Onyx, the first Source Awards. You know, people know I actually got in with Tupac Shakur. It was me, Fizz, Malik, and Tupac came through the side door. And it was like, yo, he had Khadijah, what's her name? Quincy Jones' daughter, and there's a couple of, I think my man from the Live Squad got killed at the Stretch. We came in the side door, boom, it's backstage. I had my camera, and if you play back the Source Awards, I sat right on stage, on the corner. Tupac was right below me, and the crazy thing, my camera broke that night. So a lot of my pictures was dark, but I got a lot that I published. So, so that's how I got the groove of getting into the industry. Is from hanging in New York. I gotta credit my mans Malik and Fizz. They was always backstage or at the VIP parties. And then I got that feel for the industry side. So then I started to promote myself as a photographer. I left the block alone, dipping and dabbing here and there. But then I just started to go after people taking pictures. By 1993, college radio was real good. That right here in my hometown, Rutgers University, my man Sammy Figs, and what's Big Man's name? What was Big Man's name? I'll remember later. We're at Rutgers University, and my man G from Princeton University. You know, even back then the signals were good. So Princeton University, he was having a contest. He said, yeah, I'm going to have some in-studio guests. And back then, all the new hip-hop artists used to always do the college radio scene heavy. So I was like, word. I called up, and it might have been for a contest. I said, I'm going to bring my camera. And I went down to Princeton University, and me and the DJ, he was like, all right, you're going to be like my little sidekick. And what happened, and what a lot of people don't realize, Princeton University has one of the most powerful alumni, you know, in the world. So whenever a concert on the East Coast came, there was a VIP pass provided at Princeton University. So we responded to all hip-hop VIP passes. So wherever somebody big would come, we would just pop up. And that's credit to my man G from WPRB in Princeton. And that's where I met Wu-Tang Clan. They really were, to me, the biggest underground group that came through the college radio back then and really took off. And I was there from the beginning, like one of their first interviews. flicking, and that got me the door really a little bigger in the industry.